Hi! Hi, look where I am. In the trading post. I'm watching the trading post for Al for a little while today, and, actually, I'm supposed to have some help. Chester the Crow is supposed to be here, but I don't know where he is now. I hope he gets here soon, because I've still got some things to do back home. Anyway, right now what I'm doing is just tidying up a few costumes that Al had here at his trading post. Maybe you remember them from some stories that we've done. For instance, do you remember what this one is? The one with the laughing lips all over it? It was the Tickle monster. Remember? See, maybe you'll remember if I put this coat on. See, I was the Tickle monster, and I wore this coat. Oh, and I had these tickly gloves on. Yeah, see how tickly they are? And then I had this silly-looking hat, like this. And I was the Tickle monster. My problem was that I didn't scare people at all. Just seemed to tickle them all the time, and then they'd laugh. You know, like, well, I'll show you. I'll tickle myself. Oh, this is terrible. I'm supposed to scare people, but all I do is tickle them, and they laugh. Oh, nobody's scared of this monster. Monsters should have fun, scaring everyone, but no one ever runs from this monster. When I come out at night, folks never get a fright. They think it's quite all right to see a monster. Nobody's scared of me. Nobody's scared of me. Nobody's scared of me. What'll I do? Nobody's scared of me. Nobody's scared of me. Nobody's scared of me. Not even you. Well, that was the Tickle monster. Oh, what a fun monster he was. Well, I'll take these back to my house, so in they go in the basket here. Oh, would you like to see another one? Oh, do you remember the one about the nervous magician? See, the magician wore this cape with the stars on it. I'll put it on like this. And the problem with this magician had was that he kept getting nervous. He was so afraid that his magic wasn't going to work that he got very nervous, you know, and he'd be shaking just like a big bowl of jelly, just... Oh, dear me. What am I going to do? Every time I get ready to do a trick, I get nervous. I'm afraid it's not going to work. And then it doesn't work, and then the king gets angry at me. Wait, I just had an idea. Maybe instead of getting nervous and worrying so much and crying so much, if I just practice more, maybe my tricks would work then. I'll try it. I'll try the good old take the handkerchief out of the hat trick. Now, here's my hat. Notice there was nothing in my hat. Nothing in here at all. Absolutely nothing inside, right? Nothing? Then I say the magic words. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, a little of this, a little of that. What do you think is inside my hat? And I reach inside, and what do we have? A hanky. A beautiful yellow hanky. Oh, and a purple hanky. And a blue hanky. And a red hanky. And a fancy green hanky. All the hankies from the empty hat. Ta-da! So that's what happened in that story. That was fun being the nervous magician. Oh, I have another costume over here, too. I'm going to see if you can guess what this costume is. It's an animal you can see. Has a lot of fur And it has two very small ears. See the little ears right there? Covered with fur except for its tail. And its tail is big and wide and flat. And I'll give you another hint. When this animal's swimming in the water, it sometimes slaps the water with its tail. Slap! And you can hear it a long way away. And just in case you haven't guessed it now, this animal has very particular kind of teeth. Long, yellow teeth, very good for cutting down trees, gnawing at the trees like this. I'm a beaver. Yeah, this is a story about the lazy beaver, Bob Beaver, and he was so lazy, he just liked to lie around all day, never did any work, until he learned his lesson. After a while, he found out that it was the better thing to do the work first and then play later. That was the story of Bob Beaver. So, in goes this into the basket. Now...
Hi, Mr. Dressup.
Well, Chester, there
Hi.
you are.
Yeah.
Finally. I was wondering where you were. Listen, I have to go back to my house now because I have some laundry to sort out there, and I want to take these costumes back. So I'm glad you're here, and maybe I'll see you later, Chester. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh. Here I am. Yep. Oh, boy. I'm bored with looking after the trading post. There's just nothing to do. Hey, you know what I'd rather be doing? Playing hockey. Yeah. Holding my hockey stick, skating as fast as Wayne Gretzky, sliding into the goal. Oh, he shoots, he scores. Yeah. Hey, oh boy. But instead, I'm here at the boring old trading post with nothing to do. Unless I know some of the guys are over at the hockey rink. Maybe if I just went over there for a little while, not too long, just to skate around a little bit and shoot a few pucks. Yeah, I can't harm anybody. Here I come, the great one.
There, I'll put those all back in the tickle trunk later. Now, here's some of my laundry here. Most of the laundry's all right, but I do have to sort out some socks. Would you like to help me sort out socks? So you have to get them in pairs. That's 2 socks, and both socks have to be the same. That means they match. So let's see if we can match up some socks here. There's a sock there. And do those match? Well, this one's mostly red, and that one's all red, but it still isn't a match. How about this? These 2 match? No, not at all. Do these 2 match? Yes, they do. They are the same. So we have 1 pair of socks there. Now, let us see. I don't think those match. No, sir. Still doesn't match. No, sir. How about these 2? Those match? Yes, they do. Ho-ho. So there's another pair of socks. Okay, now we have this one and this one. Those don't match. These 2, those don't match. You know what? I only have 2 pairs of socks that match, and the rest of them don't match. Now, why is it that every time I do the laundry, I get odd socks? You'd almost think they grew somewhere, wouldn't you? As a matter of fact, this isn't really true, but once I heard that there was a tree that grew odd socks. I could pretend I could be a sock tree like this. Yeah, here I am, a sock tree. Once I heard about a tree that grows no leaves or flowers. It has no cones or needles or buds, but has some magic powers. Oh yes, this tree is wonderful, a tree that sometimes talks. And once in a while on a very good day, it grows odd socks, odd socks, odd socks. And once in a while on a very good day, it grows odd socks. Can you imagine being a sock tree and growing odd socks? That would be pretty silly. Well, I'll just have to fold these up and see if I ever find a mate to them, I guess, but probably I'll end up just using them for play. You know, doing this laundry reminds me of a story that we were reading earlier this morning. It was about laundry and socks and things that maybe weren't really socks, depending on your imagination. Would you like to hear the story? I've got it right here. That's the book that we put down. All right, then. And it starts out, not once upon a time, but it was Monday. And that meant wash day at Shelley's house. Shelley always helped her mother gather up the laundry. And together, they would take the laundry down into the basement, or as Shelley liked to call it, the cave. Shelley liked to watch as her mother fed all the laundry into the big, hungry mouth of the washing machine. Yum, yum, yum. And then she waited patiently as the clothes got all nice and warm in the dryer. And then came Shelley's favorite part of doing the laundry, the pretend part. You see, she would pretend that her brother's socks weren't really socks at all. They were these strange, identical creatures called Zocks. Zocks really like to cuddle up close to each other, and then to cuddle up close with you. And then there was Mother's scarf, but she would pretend it wasn't really a scarf. It was Sammy the Snake. And Sammy the Snake liked to be taken for walks, and he would slip and slide in and around the cave. And then came Father's handkerchief, which wasn't a handkerchief at all. It was a beautiful kite that soared up as high as the highest lampshade. But before too long, it was time to leave the cave and to take the laundry upstairs. But there was always the laundry on next Monday to look forward to. That's the end of the story. It's a nice little story, isn't it? I think I'd better put these storybooks back on the shelf where they belong. We had them all out here. So back they go. Well, now, socks are funny things, aren't they? Well, not too funny, I guess, but they're good. They fit your feet. They look like a foot a bit. Do you suppose that people had socks before they had mittens? I mean, I was just thinking that supposing there was somebody and he had a sock one day and his feet were warm but his hands were cold, and so he thought, I'm going to put a sock on my hand. So he took the sock like this maybe, and he put it on his hand. And he said, well, that's all very well, but I can't pick up things very well. So he changed the sock a little bit so that it had a thumb place like this. And then he said, look, I've invented a mitten. And maybe he even decided he should have a thing for each one of his fingers. So maybe he made it like this and like this and like this, sort of. And then he said, I've got a glove. Maybe that happened, I don't know. Of course, socks are good for other things, too. You know, this sock could be maybe a little dog go, oof, 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 oof. They're fun to play with. I could make a puppet out of a sock. One of these socks, I'll probably never find the mate to it anyway. Ooh, maybe I could make a long sock puppet, a striped puppet, maybe a striped snake. That'd make a good snake. Shall we try it? All right, good. Let's see what I've got in my box of things that help me make things. I've got some scissors, that's good. And some felt, some glue. That's probably all I need. Now, to make a snake puppet, first I'll put my hand in, like this. And then I have to poke this part way in, because that's going to be the mouth right there, okay? Now, I could take some thread and sew this part so it stays in like that. I'm going to try something else, though. Notice that I have a safety pin here, and I'll try to do it with a safety pin, but from the inside. That means I'm going to have to turn the sock inside out, still hold that part together, and put the safety pin right there. That'll hold the tip end of it in, I hope. Hope this is going to work. And I'll take it this way, turn it inside out again, tie it on this hand. Did it work? I think it worked. There it is, there's the mouth. Okay, now what is this snake going to look like? This snake, of course, has to have a tongue. You ever seen a snake up close and you see it has a little forked tongue and it sticks that little forked tongue out and wiggles it around? Well, you wouldn't believe it, but it doesn't taste with that tongue, it smells with it. Smells with it, and it can smell if something's close by. So I have to have a forked tongue for the snake. And I think this would be the best color for it, don't you? And it doesn't have to be terribly big, but big enough. I just thought of something I could do with this. When I get it finished, maybe I'll take it over to the trading post and surprise Chester with it. I could call it Sally Snake. Now, Sally Snake, you're going to have a forked tongue like that. Nice big one, okay? So we'll put some glue on it. I've got a paper down here so I don't get glue all over myself and the counter and everything else. Okay, sticky with glue, and in she goes. Right there. All right. Now, the snake has to have eyes. 2 eyes. And let's see, what color? I think this sort of yellowy color, yellow gold color would be the best color for eyes. I'll fold it over and I can cut out 2 circles at once. There. Now, put some glue on those. There. This is hard. I've got myself stuck. Ookie, ookie, ookie. 1 there. 1 here. Better put this on my hand and see if those eyes are going to be in the right place. I think so. Yeah. Now I'll just use one of these markers and put the round dot, that's the pupil of the eye. How's that look? Okay? All right, now I'll just tidy up here and then we'll go over to the trading post and surprise Chester. That'll be good. Let's go.
Oh, great game, guys. Oh, phew. Oh, boy. My friends are still playing hockey, but I said I had to get back here. Well, here I am, but there still isn't anything to do. Hey, who put these balls of wool here? I'll sort 'em later. I feel too much like playing hockey still. Hey, see you later. Hey, guys, wait for me. Yippee! Hey, here I come.
Woohoo! Chester! Woohoo! It's me, Sally Snake. Look at me, I'm wiggling and woggling around here. Yes. I'm a wiggly woggly snake. I'm a wiggly woggly snake. I slide all around. I don't make a sound. I just wiggle and woggle around. I'm a wiggly woggly snake. I'm a wiggly woggly snake. I don't make a sound. I wiggle around. I just wiggle and woggle around. How'd you like that, Chester?
Chester, did you think that my snake would... Chester? Hey, Chester. I wonder where Chester is. Oh, he's probably playing a joke on me. He's probably playing hide and seek. Okay, ready or not, here I come. Chester. Chester? I'm not under here, are you, Chester? Chester? Probably over here. Probably hiding behind this box. Okay, Chester, I've got you. I haven't got you. Are you out back here, Chester? He's really hiding well, isn't he? Wait a minute, I've got it. He's probably out in that back alley, and I went right by him. It's not there. This is very strange. He's supposed to be here. He's supposed to be watching the trading post. I better find out where he is. Okay, I'm just going to have to run home as fast as I can. Maybe I'll see him on the way, but I'll get home, I'll get on the phone and call some people and find out where he is.
Oh, boy. Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, hi. Everything okay here? I guess nobody's been by, right? Oh, good. My hockey game's almost finished. It's going just well. You wouldn't believe the goal I just scored. Hey, I was skating down center ice, and Paul Pigeon passed the puck to Boom Boom Pigeon, and Boom Boom Pigeon skated with the puck for a while, and then just when it looked like he was going to go for a goal, he passed the puck to me. Oh, boy, I skated with the puck like I'd never skated before. And when I was really close to the goalie's net, I went for a goal. Smack! And before I knew it, everybody was cheering my name. Chester, Chester, Chester. Ah, the crowd goes wild. Oh, it was great. Oh, boy. Anyway, I gotta get back to the game and finish it up. Well, see you later. Bye.
Oh, telephone. Wonder how long that's been ringing. Coming, coming, coming. Hello, Mr. Dressup speaking. Oh, hi, Aunt Bird. How are you? You were? At the trading post? Uh-huh. And you left some wool there? Yeah, well, I know there was no one there. I was there for a while, and Chester was supposed to be there. He was, but he went away. I don't know what's going on there, Aunt Bird. I'm sorry. Well, I guess there's nobody. You haven't seen Chester? No. Well, maybe... I guess it's best if I go back to the trading post and just find out what's going on there. All right, I'll explain it later. Bye-bye, Aunt Bird. Oh, well, it turns out that Aunt Bird was over at the trading post and left some wool there because she couldn't find anybody there. I'm going to have to go over there and find out what's going on.
Oh, boy. That was great game. I think hockey's the best game in the world. There's a game I like to play almost every single day. With my skates on my feet and my hockey stick and wing, I go flying across the ice. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. And I like to shoot the puck, see it go into the net. Do you know the game? Have you guessed it yet? To play hockey all day. I like to play hockey, it's okay. I like to play hockey, hip hooray, all of the time. And I play with all my chums, and we all have so much fun. As I race from end to end like a rocket or a plane, I don't worry about the score, 'cause I know it's just a game. And sometimes I play forwards, but I can play backwards too. Can you come along, because I'd like to play with you. We can play hockey all day. We can play hockey, it's okay. We can play hockey, hip hooray, all of the time. All of the time. Yeah.
Ah, Chester.
Oh, hello, Mr. Dressup.
Hello.
Hi.
May I ask where you've been?
Oh, well, I was here for a little bit, and then I went to play some hockey. I played a great game. You should have seen the score.
Well, excuse me for interrupting
Huh?
you, Chester, but who was watching the trading post while you were playing hockey?
Well, nobody. Exactly.
Well, do you think that was right? Because you had, you were
Yeah,
supposed to be here because Alligator Al trusted you to look after the trading post while he was gone.
Well, I think you're right, Mr. Dressup. I guess I really messed up, huh?
Well, I
I'm
think so.
sorry. I won't do it again.
Oh, well, that's good, Chester. As long as you remember that and you don't do it again, that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Gee. Now can I tell you about my great goal?
Your great goal? Well, I would like to hear about your great goal. Yeah, except I think something else has got to come first.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
what could that be?
Well, it could be saying goodbye, because that's what we have to do right now.
Okay.
We will see you soon again. Until next time, it's bye-bye from...
Chester, the great one.
and me.
Mr. Dressup.
Bye.